Hello and welcome to Cedar Focus. In each episode, we will bring you information and interviews from Cedar staff members. Today, Claire will be speaking about her journey from accessing Cedar as a service user to becoming User Forum Regional Facilitator. Please enjoy the interview. To have you here on Cedar Focus for the first episode. We're just going to learn a little bit about you and your role in the organisation. So really, I was just wondering, how and when did you first come in contact with Cedar?
Okay. I acquired a brain injury in 2001, and then it took me years to admit to myself that I was different than I had been before.
Mm-hmm.
So after a few years, I went to Cedar as part of my rehabilitation, and I went there for over a year, on a weekly basis, and it was great for me. It was amazing for me, but it was also very scary because it was a new world to me, a new life. I don't even acquired the brain injury, so I had to learn everything again.
So you then were a service user, and then you made the transition to the user forum?
Yes, my support worker at the time then asked me to apply for. She had not asked me, but she advised me. She said, "There's a job coming up in the user forum, which I think you'd be good at, which is a clerical officer in the user forum." So I applied for it.
If you're not familiar with the term user forum, could you maybe explain what kind of activities and work the user forum does?
Absolutely. The user forum are based all over Northern Ireland. There's six separate groups of user forum. So we cover everywhere in Northern Ireland. We meet up once a month, either virtually or face to face, whatever suits people best. Mm-hmm. And once a month for an hour and a half. And the meetings are all put in the agenda, and all we create an agenda in advance, and then the minutes will be sent out. So we talk about maybe the local government. They create a disability action plan. So they send it to us first of all, and we say, well, yeah, that's good, that's not good. We discuss it. We say, well, they've already said the same thing there. Why say it twice? Or what does that word mean? Who will understand a certain word? Or when we say we don't like the font, but we do like this. So we give positive and negative correspondence. We want to make life better for those disabilities. We want to be more included in society, in everyday life. We want to live our life to our full. The user forum is made up of different service users with different disabilities, different ages, different abilities, and we all just work together. A big part of the user forum is we now sit on Cedar recruitment and selection panels. So if a staff member, if someone's applying for a job within Cedar, they will get interviewed by someone from Human Resources and say a manager from the department in Cedar that is looking for someone, and also then a user forum member can sit in the interview as well, because user forum members will see people from a very different point of view than Cedar staff will.
Yeah, I mean, that really does sound like really impactful work. It seems like the work of the user forum is a really integral part of the work that Cedar does within itself. Could you explain a bit more about how you support Cedar internally?
Absolutely. Because as you know, the user forum are the voice of service users. If a different department within Cedar are creating a new document or leaflet, they will send the draft policy or the draft leaflet to the user forum. Then we will all look at it and see if it's user friendly, if it's too wordy, if there's not enough pictures on it, if there's too much writing on it, and then we will send our feedback back to that department before the new document is confirmed. We also, in each user forum facilitator and each chairperson, meet on a quarterly basis with the CEO and with members from the SMT team. the CEO always makes sure to thank the user forum because we're so important, because we take part in nearly everything within Cedar.
Every level of Cedar, really, in terms of like from policy, procedure, the delivery of services, the user forum has an influence and an impact.
Absolutely everything.
That's brilliant. Just going to say, I'm sure through all of that, the skills that are developed there, I mean, sitting on panels.
Exactly. And I mean, every single person on the user forum will, at the end of you're allowed to sit in the user forum for 3 years.
Okay.
And then life changes. The user forum is voluntary. Everyone will say at the end of their 3 years, the confidence they've gained is great. So that's what it's all about. That's what we want.
Seeing as it has been a while since you've been in that role, any moment that stands out that would be your most memorable, or is there just too many?
There are too many. There are actually loads and loads. Line got in touch with the Consumer Council recently in about October 23, I think it was, and asked for user forum members to help Line create a new video for new staff starting. So,
Okay.
Donna, one of the user forum members, I brought her down to Line and she was able to participate with Line, making a video that Line can now show the new staff members on how to treat disabilities. Now,
That's absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely. Donna's part of it was if you were wearing a floor lanyard, which shows staff that you've got a hidden disability. Not staff, shows anyone that you've got a hidden disability. So they also had people there, maybe a wheelchair user, maybe someone who is blind, or numerous disabilities that they showed, but our part was the sunflower lanyard, and it was great. So now when new staff start Line, they'll be showing the video. They have been showing the video actually recently, showing what people's opinion with a hidden disability is of how they should be treated, which is amazing.
Brilliant. Yeah, it is. And then that's going to roll out further into the wider community, you know, because you bring that with you, that knowledge and awareness.
And go home and tell their family or friends, oh, I watched a video today on how to treat those with disabilities. Well, that's word of mouth getting out there.
Yeah. And it's good to know as well that, big companies like Line are actively asking, like we would like some training on this, that's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You want to.
But you yourself, what is there anything you would say to current service users who might be thinking about joining the user forum?
The user forum really is a voice for Cedar service users. So it's anybody who uses Cedar can join the user forum. They're more than welcome to ring me or send me an email, and I'll meet up with them face to face or over Zoom, or whatever suits them best, and have a wee chat about the user forum, because the user forum can seem scary to some people. It's absolutely not. The user forum is about making life better for all of us, for those of us with disabilities. So if you're a current service user in Cedar, I highly recommend joining the user forum.
We hope you enjoyed listening. If you would like further information on the services Cedar provides, please visit www.cedar-foundation.org. We can also be found on Facebook, X, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Our podcasts are available across multiple platforms, and please feel free to visit our YouTube channel. Thank you. Until next time, goodbye.